Jacob's Well, a popular swimming hole near Wimberley, will remain closed to swimmers for the foreseeable future.
There is a spot in Texas called the Well of Whispers where the ground seems to swallow people whole. For decades, the fourth chamber of Jacob's Well was a place of legend and tragedy that no one could safely reach.
It's a difficult cave to dive. Without the proper training, it could be deadly.
Yeah, about that. Technology finally caught up to the mystery. A yellow drone named Explorer descended into the inky blackness to capture footage that is truly haunting. The crazy part is that the cave isn't just a maze of rock, but a shifting, moving grave. What the camera found pinned under the gravel is something that will stay with you forever. The Predator, waiting in the blue. In the rolling, sun-baked landscape of Texas hill country, there is a small town called Wimberley that hides a very dark secret. Just outside this town, Cypress Creek flows gently over a limestone bed. In the middle of that creek, there is a hole that looks like a giant, perfectly round eye staring up at the sky. It is about 12 feet across, and the water inside is an impossibly clear blue that stays at 68 degrees all year round. On any given Saturday, you will see families and students laughing and jumping into the hole. It looks like the perfect picture of Texas summer joy, but for starters, the entire scene is a beautiful illusion. The well is a predator. What many of these happy jumpers do not realize is that they are leaping right into the mouth of one of the most complex and deadly underwater cave systems in the world. Jacob's Well is not actually a well in the way most people think. It is a karstic spring, which means it is an opening where water from a massive underground aquifer reaches the surface. For the casual swimmers, the fun stops at the bottom of the first room, which is a sunlit chamber about 30 feet deep. But for scuba divers, that first room is just a welcome mat to a nightmare. The system is a maze of at least 4 known chambers, and each one is deeper and more dangerous than the last. These chambers are connected by narrow, twisting passages that seem designed to trap anything that enters them. To get from the second chamber to the third, a diver has to squeeze through a spot so tight it is called the birth canal. Deeper still, there are spots named the coffin and the final squeeze. The well is deceptive because its water is so clear, but that clarity is its most dangerous weapon. The floors of these deep rooms are not solid rock. Instead, they are covered in a thick, powdery layer of fine limestone silt. A single wrong move or one misplaced fin kick can instantly turn the water into an opaque, milky white cloud. This is what divers call a silt out. In this total blackness, a diver becomes disoriented in seconds. They cannot see their hands, their gauges, or the way out. Panic sets in, and a panicked diver breathes faster, using up their air at a terrifying rate. Over the years, at least 12 people have lost their lives in these dark passages, and many of their bodies were trapped so deep that they could never be recovered. This place is a magnet for tragedy, but the allure of the forbidden is too strong for some to resist. The beautiful blue water hides a shifting floor of gravel that can bury a person in an instant. The reality of the underwater graveyard. The mission to finally map the deepest parts of the well began with a team of geologists and a yellow robot named Explorer. This was an industrial-grade machine equipped with 4K cameras and powerful lights meant to cut through the subterranean dark. A thick fiber optic cable connected the drone to a control van parked at the surface where scientists watched every second of the feed. The first chamber was easy, with sunlight dancing on the walls and creating a peaceful blue glow. But once the drone dropped past 80 feet, the sunlight vanished completely. The operator clicked on the drone's lights, and the pale limestone walls looked like bone in the darkness. They guided the machine through the birth canal, being careful not to touch the floor. What many people do not realize is that the floor of the well is not stable. It is a shifting bed of loose gravel and silt that behaves like underwater quicksand. As the drone pushed into the entrance of the fourth chamber, the walls closed in until there was barely enough room for the machine to turn. This was a place no human eyes had seen in decades. Suddenly, the drone's lights hit something that was not rock. The operator stopped the thrusters and zoomed the camera in. The team in the van went silent as a scuba fin appeared on the screen, sticking out from a pile of rocks. A few feet away, they saw an old, corroded oxygen tank half buried in the silt. Then they saw a tattered piece of a black wetsuit snagged on a sharp edge of the cave wall. The footage was a gut punch because it revealed the skeletal remains of a human body pinned into a crevice by the shifting gravel. This was no longer a scientific survey, but a window into a decades-old tragedy. The drone stayed there, its lights illuminating a silent underwater tomb that had been hidden for nearly 50 years. The name on the tattered wetsuit was barely readable, but with a bit of digital help, the letters came into view. The name was Kent Mopin. This discovery was terrifying because it showed that the cave itself had buried him, acting like a living trap that moved its own walls to keep him inside. The footage from the drone proved that the well is not just a cave, but an active, deadly trap. The siren song of the fourth chamber. To understand why Kent Mopin was down there, you have to go back to the night of September 9th, 1979. The culture of cave diving back then was like the Wild West, full of brave and sometimes reckless explorers. They were driven by a need to be the first to see things no one else had ever seen. Kent was a young, fearless diver who was obsessed with the legend of the fourth chamber. On that evening, he and his friend Mark Brasher decided they were going to be the ones to finally conquer it. They were part of a group of 8 divers camping near the well, and the air was full of excitement. As darkness fell over the Texas Hill Country, Kent and Mark geared up. They knew the well had already taken lives, but the pull of the unknown was stronger than their fear. They did not carry extra lights or safety ropes, and most importantly, they did not run a guideline. A guideline is the single most important piece of gear because it is the only way to find your way out during a silt out. Their plan was based on pure confidence and a trust that they could find their way back by memory. It was a fatal mistake. Another diver named Joe watched from the second chamber as Kent and Mark swam toward the tiny opening of the fourth chamber. He watched in horror as they pushed their heavy steel tanks in front of them and squeezed their bodies into the hole. Kent disappeared first and Mark followed right behind him. Joe stayed at the entrance waving his light frantically to get their attention, but they never looked back. Joe knew something was terribly wrong and he banged his knife against his tank to signal for them to return. There was no answer. He was running low on air and had to make the choice to surface. As he rose, the water suddenly turned cloudy. The visibility dropped to 0. Deep inside the cave, something had stirred up the silt or triggered a gravel slide. When Joe finally broke the surface, he was alone in the quiet night. He screamed for help, but the well had already claimed his friends. The quiet night was soon shattered by the sound of sirens as police and rescuers arrived at the scene. The darkness of the fourth chamber became a permanent home for the divers who ignored the warnings. Survival of a broken hero. The next morning, an ex-Navy diver named Don Dibble arrived to lead the recovery effort. He was the owner of a local dive shop and was known as the best deep-sea rescuer in the state. Don knew the well was dangerous, but he felt he had to bring the boys home. The team tried to move the gravel one handful at a time, but it was like trying to dig a hole in dry sand. For every rock they moved, more would slide down from above. Don decided he had to go in himself. He took a game warden with him and descended into the cold water. He left extra tanks at 25 and 75 feet and ran his lines. When he reached the entrance of the fourth chamber, he checked his air and realized he only had 10 minutes. He pushed his head and shoulders into the hole, and in a heart-stopping second, the entire pile of gravel collapsed on top of him. Don was buried alive underwater in total darkness. He could not move his arms or signal for help. He started to burn through his air at a terrifying rate and began to lose consciousness. In that moment, he accepted his end. He chose to drink the silty water to make the process faster, but his body had a last-second survival reflex. A powerful jerk freed him just enough to see a light. His partner had arrived with a spare regulator and saved his life. But the nightmare was just beginning. Because he had swallowed so much air and water, his stomach began to expand as he rose to the surface. By the time he got out of the water, his stomach was stretched out as if he were 9 months pregnant. He was rushed to a hospital where doctors found that his stomach wall had actually burst inside his body. It was a 1 in a million injury, and the surgeon said it was like slicing into a fully inflated basketball. Don survived, but the recovery mission for the other divers was called off. The well was too unstable and too dangerous. They decided to leave Kent and Mark where they were and sealed the cave with a heavy concrete lid. The well had won, and the fatal gravel bed became a place of legend. Even the most experienced divers could not escape the crushing weight of the well's shifting floors. Eternal secrets of the aquifer. The drone footage finally solved the mystery of how the divers passed away, but it did not stop the wild theories about Jacob's Well. For centuries, this Texas spot has been a center of strange mystery and heavy energy. Some people still believe the well is actually bottomless, even if the maps say something else. They think the fourth chamber is just a filter or a fake wall that leads to an even deeper abyss that no one has ever seen. There are also old legends from Native American tribes who saw the well as a sacred source of life. Many locals believe the well has a voice, a low-frequency hum that pulls people in like a magnet. They say the clouds of dirt and the rocks that slide are not just accidents, but the well itself actively protecting its secrets from us. Some even wonder if something big lives deep in the Trinity Aquifer, a life form we have never found that thinks the well is its own territory. It sounds like a movie until you realize how little we know about the huge underground oceans beneath our feet. Is it possible that a predator lives in the dark, waiting for anyone who squeezes through the tunnel called the birth canal? Other theories suggest the well is a vortex or a door to another dimension because of the weird energy people feel when they stand near the edge. Another wild idea is that the well is actually a giant living lung for the planet. People think the water doesn't just flow, it breathes. This theory says that when the water level drops, the Earth is taking a deep breath, and when it rises, it is exhaling. This would mean the divers weren't just exploring a cave, but were actually inside a living creature. There is also the theory of the time fold. Some locals swear that time moves differently once you pass the third chamber. They believe that 10 minutes spent in the deep water is actually an hour on the surface. This would explain why so many divers run out of air before they expect to. They aren't getting lost, they are losing time itself. Even crazier is the replica theory. This theory says that the well is a mirror to another world. Some people believe that if you dive deep enough, you might meet a version of yourself coming from the other side. They think the ghosts people see in the water are just reflections of people from a parallel Texas. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think the well is alive or just a dangerous cave? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysteries.